Hello, everyone, and
So,
welcome.
Hello.
One sec.
I
Xena, what the fuck are you doing? Sorry. Sorry. My cat has instantly decided to be a problem, as per usual. But hello and welcome, everyone. Today is Monday, which means it's time for Hellions. I'm Nick. I have a candy in my mouth, and I feel like you can probably hear it.
This is from the
Um,
person who was 2 seconds ago
I already had the
giving
candy
me
in my
crap
mouth, man.
just because I had a candy in my mouth and told me that it was on purpose. It
Because
was,
you were
but that's
making it an
regardless of the point.
excuse. I put it in there knowing I would just go live anyway. What kind of
Uh-huh.
weird cat do you have that problem isn't their default state? You know what? Accurate. She just decided to become more of a problem because I have treats in my desk because she wouldn't let me cut her nails earlier. So, anyway, that's enough about my life. This is Hellions. We are a live, actual play D&D stream. We are a theater of the mind show, so what you see is what you get. It's gonna be, a lot of this and us describing what our characters are doing at given points in time. And yeah, before we do intros and stuff, does anyone have any announcements today?
Silence.
Uh,
Nope.
no.
Okay.
Channel announcement. There was that channel announcement.
Yes, channel
Yeah.
announcement. We are the only stream on this week. E19 by Night is taking a week off, so there will not be a stream tomorrow. So yeah, you'll see us again next week, and then I think they will be back after that, as far as I know.
Sounds
So.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, for character intros today, we were going to do what was it? What was your character's favorite childhood game or toy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we can start off with Babs and go for it.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Babs. You can find me online at Mustache Babs, and I play Noelani, the resident Water Genasi Warlock Rogue. Noelani, probably his favorite childhood game was Fey Hopscotch, where each round a random square would be imbued by wild magic. So fun and random. No two rounds are the same.
How many people got set on fire?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's the Fey realm. It builds character.
Jeez.
Love it. Hi, I'm Ned. You can find me on the internet as Ned Lazarus Wolf. I play Monty, who is our not anymore half-elf rogue slash druid. He is some sort of weird angelic being that was brought back from the dead and rewritten on a molecular level, and it really hurt. Monty's favorite childhood game it was hide and go seek. No one else knew that they were playing with him. He would just hide from all of his family members.
Oh my
I
god.
was wondering how sad this
No.
was gonna be.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god.
His other favorite one was trying to walk around the house as quietly as possible.
Oh.
And like memorizing the layout of his family house so he could walk places like quietly and also with his eyes closed.
God.
I
Amazing.
told you it was gonna be sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never prepared for how sad it is, though.
Single kid problems.
It's not a single
No.
kid though. He has siblings. Explicitly has siblings.
He explicitly has 4 older siblings.
So it's like, why? Why is this child alone?
Well, like his siblings all went off to school. He's like 5 years younger than the closest one in age to him. So like everyone else went off to school, and he just sort of like didn't.
I just feel like there had to be some time where he had siblings and they were like with him, doing things with him.
Yeah, when he was a small child.
God.
Why can't we talk about some of those happy memories? Oh my god. Anyways. Hi, I'm Danny. You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr by Jelaine. I play Yenna. She's a gnome-shaped tiefling. She is a wizard and a barbarian because she has bad temper. That's the only reason why. Her favorite childhood game probably was like badminton, where she like just violently cheated. It was like teleporting the bird like all over the place. Just like fuck you. It's where I say it's gonna be.
Oh my god.
Not a
Never
Not a-
related with Yenna more.
She's not a graceful loser, so I imagine she's also playing against like adults or like her older cousins. Like she is baby, and then the only other person that would have played with her would have been like Hyunwoo, who is like 8 feet tall compared to her, right? So she just had to cheat. It was the only way.
I mean, fair. I get it.
Oh,
You know.
she's short. She's very small.
I was gonna say, as a fellow short person, I really relate to this.
Yeah.
And yes, hello. I'm Nick. I no longer have a candy in my mouth. My name is @Nictorhorst, and well, my handle is @Nictorhorst and @Nick.tattoos everywhere. And yeah, I'm playing Tink. He is a high elf, artificer cleric. He's a good boy who's never done anything wrong. And yeah, I feel like he was only given like educational toys as a kid. You know, like everything had to have a kind of like lesson or something to it. So I think rather than like toys, he probably just had the most fun taking things apart and putting them back together. Hence, the artificing. And it probably started with like one of his hands. Contrary to popular belief, he lost his hand as a child, not due to his own experiments. You're welcome.
Oh.
I don't know how it happened, and neither does he. He doesn't remember. We're keeping it that way. I'm sure it is nothing that the DM is going to use against me at a later date. Yeah.
That sounds exactly like how our DM does.
That sounds exactly like how our DM does things. And speaking
I
of
won't
our
stand for the slander.
speaking of our lovely DM, how about you introduce yourself as well?
Well, I do still have a sweet in my mouth, but hi, I'm Jess Taylor. You can find me in numerous places across the internet. Mainly right now on Jess Taylor Arts on Tumblr. As I am kind of abandoning my Twitter. But you can also find me at Doodle, that's DEUXDEL. Yeah, I do comics and stories, and I wrangle this lot once a week.
Or at least you
Not
try
that
to.
bad.
I do try to. I didn't say successfully wrangle. I just
No.
said wrangle.
We're not that bad.
I feel like we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Excuse me as I stare at the camera as though I'm on The Office.
We used to be
Now
way
we know what-
worse.
This is true. This is
Please don't
true.
put
You
it
did.
on a regular basis. We don't have
I'm
Xanax
I'm gonna give you one NPC fact for free, but is there an NPC that you would like to know about?
Oh,
I want to know about Monty's boyfriend.
Oh,
Mm.
Monty's non-boyfriend.
Monty's non-boyfriend.
Monty's
so we haven't-
ex-boyfriend.
Were they ever actually together? Is the question.
On again, off again fling is really where we're at.
On again, off again. Because
Depends on what loop we're
Lawrence
on.
doesn't remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like this is very telling about Lawrence, but when he was a kid, like a very small kid, he kind of lived in a working house that had lots of like little hidden doorways and little like servants' trails throughout the house. And his favorite game was hiding in the walls and making strange noises so that people who were in the house were like, what the hell is going on? It's safe to say that there was a rumor that the place was haunted. It was just Lawrence.
So
He just found it
Yeah.
very funny.
That's a
the
good point.
same but opposite of Monty.
Mhm.
We can see why they get along sometimes.
And the one that I'm going to give you for free is that Tink would not remember this because Tink was too small. But Cariel's favorite game to play with Tink when Tink was small was Airplane.
Oh,
No.
Oh.
I'm calling it
Oh.
Airplane, but they probably called it Bird or something. But
Yeah.
he'd make like Tink fly, spin around, and like also hold him up on his feet and stuff.
Adorable.
But Tink was very small at this point.
Oh,
Well, now I
dear.
know what you're drawing this week.
oh no.
Enjoy that cuteness.
That's very cute. How dare
Oh,
you?
yeah, Tink has 0 good memories with his family and with his older brother. So he does not remember that at all.
But that's what
Oh,
happens when you have a sibling 300 years older than
yeah.
you. um, Babs, would you like to read out our recap?
Sure, I can do that.
Awesome and fantastic.
Last week we were swept into the care of the state after Yenna was swept away to deal with some family business, as you do when you show up unannounced to your family home. We're set up with dinner in a space of our own to sort of decompress for the evening. And of course, we used it to theorize what's at hand, as well as realizing that our little pebble charcoal friend question mark, it's more like a Tamagotchi at this point, has grown additional limbs and quickly gained sentience, which led to Belial not just to suggest that we destroy it, but to the ultimate conclusion that it is in fact a soul device containing the soul of Ilya. We tried to communicate a little bit with it, but none of us really succeeded on the meep language just quite yet. Belial took pity of us, realizing that perhaps we didn't know as much as he initially thought we did, and filled us in a little bit in regards to the space between worlds, as well as how Babel and their own dimension is contained within it, and all of its players in regards to the loops. In addition to that, he spoke a little bit about his own situation and how current Tink replaced the Tink that he was supposed to marry. Thus, while Belial had initially had this plea to have Tink not be involved in this whole situation that we're in today. After that, and needing some space, Belial took a walk, told Tink, to give him 10 minutes if he planned to follow. And the group stayed behind discussing what this might mean for them and for what to do next, while Yulie and Tink even considered that the implications in relation to the Yulie loop journals that Tink had been sort of deciphering, and what it means for Ilya, if you were just going to hatch an Ilya in this beaker or not. But either way, the journals that Julia's past selves had been keeping did not have an ending. They were ripped off on the second journal. But before we reached the solid plan, a commotion outside brought us to the balcony where Belial and Balthazar were midscape with a handful of chickens. And we'll just have to cluck up a solution today.
Cluck, cluck, cluck up a solution.
Sure will.
Wow.
Get out. The door's over there. Get out.
It's been so lovely having you on this show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
I'm so sad it has to come to an end. No. No, stay. We love you. And as we get into our game today, just as a reminder to everyone, we as players do practice safe gaming. And we have systems and stuff in place for if we're in a scene and it feels uncomfortable for us to be in, but we encourage you to practice safe watching as well. So if you're watching and something's hitting real bad, take a break, come back later. Don't feel pressured to stick around through the offending scene. And you can always let us know on our Discord or however you would like out. And then I think that's about it.
Yeah, in which case, let's get this show on the road, shall we? As I steeple my fingers dramatically and lean forward. So the last that you'd all seen was two idiots running across the estate, lawns/gardens, carrying chickens, and followed by incredibly irate stable hands, whose job, obviously, it was to look after most of the petting zoo animals on the farm side of the estate. Um, the last thing that you had done, Monty, you had mage-handed a chicken into the room with you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And is there anything?
Congratulations, you have
Thank
like
you.
a black little hen
Yay!
who has fancy little feathers, including what appears to be like little trousers on.
Oh my
I
gosh.
love these. I love these. I love these chickens. I may have looked up what different breeds of Korean chickens look like, and then accidentally got advertisements for banchan and other Korean fried chicken, and that was not what I was looking for.
I mean, also
But
good.
these ones are my favorite. Monty is delighted that he has he's like picked up a chicken and is just like sitting on the ground with like chicken on his lap, just like petting the chicken.
I will say that it is as you are all watching the commotion outside, which consists mostly of the two elder members of your party running around in circles trying to avoid angry stable hands, while Belial slowly loses the will to live. Um, Yenna,
Uh-huh.
across the estate, Bangsha had grabbed your hand last night and dragged you off to the family portion of the buildings
Mhm.
and made sure that you were secreted away in a guest room. And during all of that, Bangsha has said very little.
Okay, great. Not sus at all.
But at the moment that this commotion is kicking up on the other side of the estate, she slides open a door and sneaks in. And the first thing you notice is that Bangsha is usually known for being very well put together. She is considered a good wife. She is considered a good lady and someone of very high standing. And right now, she looks as though she could cry at any moment.
Oh,
And as she shuffles into the room and slides the door shut behind her, she's just, I am so glad that you are here right now. I don't even want to question it. What are you doing here? We all assumed that you weren't coming back.
what? Why wouldn't I come back? Also, I I don't 100% know why we're here. My mentor at school, uh, was able to teleport us here.
I know,
Um,
I saw. I don't question how you got here or really even why. I'm just so glad that you're here. And
okay.
she steps towards you and takes both of your hands in hers. You have no idea what's been going on, do you?
No, I haven't talked to my mother in a while. What what's wrong?
Oh, where do I even begin? For the longest time, we thought you were dead.
What?
Your mother, she told everybody that you had perished.
Uh, uh, Yenna's just like caught between like genuine like awe at her mother's just like the fucking audacity of this woman and just blind rage. Like she killed me. That was her solution. Like there is almost certainly like a growing like crackling around her as like she had worked really hard to not just fly off the handle. Um,
I understand how troubling this must be to hear. To have been betrayed so by your own mother is horrific.
eh, this feels largely like what something she would do, but at the same time, I wasn't prepared for it to be that.
We got word just the other day that you were okay. And she reaches out and gently touches your cheek. And you can see written very plainly on her face is relief.
Mm.
Your boy sent word ahead. He
My
refused to believe that your mother was telling the truth.
okay. Where's my mother now?
They're all up at the central palaces. The guilds are having a meeting.
About what?
Well, in part about your mother's lies. I'm afraid the truth of you has come out.
Wait. And then just points at her everything like, you mean this?
I'm afraid so.
And there's like just like a growing unpleasant smile and like Yenna doesn't smile like with her teeth. She's been really self-conscious about it. Except when she's just like being feral. And just like a really unpleasant like moment of genuine glee of oh, okay. This timeline's interesting. My mom is criminal.
Considering the nature of the lies that she has been keeping, the guild has brought her forward under the pretense of casting her as untrustworthy in business.
See. Okay.
Which I'm sure you can understand is a bit of a problem. But besides that, uh, there are other things that they're discussing.
What other things?
Things
What things?
of a rather terrible nature, I'm afraid. Uh, what do you know of the West?
Um, they use too much butter when they cook.
You see that for a moment, all she wants to do is laugh. The corners of her mouth twitch, and the hands on yours kind of give a very fond little squeeze. I rather meant more of the conflict to the very far west.
I am not familiar. I don't think. Am I familiar? I know
Oh,
there
he's quite
was
big.
issues, but I don't know that there's anything going on right now. Ooh. 24.
With the 24, you know that there has been a long lying tension between several nations in the west, further west than Carnocht. Carnocht is considered quite central.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the countries towards the west have had tensions brewing for hundreds of years. There's been constant on and off again wars. And in the last 20 or so years, there have been quite a few countries eyeing each other in a will they, won't they sort of situation.
Mm-hmm.
And you also know that this tension has been their constant driver of industry.
Okay, so big industrial war complex stuff.
Essentially, yes.
Cool. Would I know if my mom's just also been like, what is it? It's not carpetbagging, but like more profiteering, essentially.
Roll me an investigation.
Okay.
And we'll say that it's retroactive.
Natural 20. Plus 8.
Yes, you know that your mother's been war profiteering like hell. A good 30% of the company's profits at this point have been coming from war profiteering.
Okay. Okay. Are they making any suggestions about besides I don't care what happens to her. But as far as assets, what are they planning to do? Are they going to take it? Or are they going to punish my father for any of this stuff?
It's your father who brought forward the allegations.
Oh. Oh.
I am afraid my father has gone out to aid him. His word, you know, holds weight.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it sounds like lots have happened while I was gone. When did you say I died?
Oh, a few months ago.
Ah, okay.
As summer
Uh,
began.
uh, okay. Um, huh. DM, do
Yes.
I know, just as far as like, because I'm not related to any of these people that are here on this estate by blood. These are all just like family friends that are very close, right? So this doesn't fall on them, probably.
You would know that this family in particular, Hakun's family, has kind of kept themselves away from allying with one guild or another.
Right.
Hakun is famous for saying over and over again that he has allies, not dynasties. Um, in that he picks and chooses his friends, and that he treats each guild as though they have equal weight. He doesn't favor one above the other.
Okay, so this isn't. There's no blowback for them. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. She's like, well, I have to check on my friends. We're here for a reason. We actually need to talk to your dad, probably. Also, I kind of have to talk to you because you said some stuff a while ago. And it's uh, things are complicated on my end.
I can see that. It
Um,
certainly appears. Mhm.
yeah. Um, do you remember when I was little, you would talk about dragons and your dad would talk about dragons?
No, not at all.
Uh-huh. Insight check.
Go ahead.
Absolutely not. Oh, I love it. A total of 7.
You can have advantage. You know Wongsha very well if you would like to take it.
Beautiful. A 9. I'm not wise.
Not lying. There is not a lie to be found.
Huh. I just I have such a weird memory about
Oh yes.
something about like the Court of Dragons.
Oh indeed. That sounds like a story.
Yeah. Huh. But me and my friends we're writing a research paper about dragons.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
But yeah, I figured Sumption would be great because he has so many stories about dragons.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, he says he's descended from dragons.
Yes, but everybody knows how silly that is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I still kind of want to pick his brain because we kind of just fought one.
You fought a dragon.
Yeah.
I Okay. I don't suppose anybody's ever told you that's a bad idea.
I mean, I don't think we really had a choice. It was like fight the dragon or let him squish my friend. So,
Oh, yes, not a choice indeed. Right.
anyways, do you know when they're gonna be back? And do you know if my dad's coming with him?
I don't. I'll send a courier. She's kind of stumbling back towards the door, trying to get out of there as quick as possible.
Oh nee,
Everything's fine.
oh
I'll
nee.
send a courier. I'll send a courier.
You're not very good at lying. You're very stressed.
She just kind of sighs with both hands against the door. There's no blowback upon my father. No one would ever believe that the great Hakun could commit such a crime as to collude with the West.
Mm-hmm. Is that
That's not to say that my husband hasn't.
what? Oh nee. Does my dad know?
I don't know.
Does your dad know?
I don't know.
Oh,
Like she
okay.
raises her hands to the sky.
I mean,
I just know what I read, and I am fairly sure that he's been doing a little bit more than colluding.
uh, oh, okay. Well, you have two options. You can bury it, or you can show up with the evidence and throw him under the bus.
I'm rather partial to the second. I just haven't figured out how to do it just yet. I'll send a courier. And she very quickly opens the door and slips through it and shuts it. It's lovely to see you again. And then there's silence on the other side of the door.
And it's just like, okay, well, this is horrible. Um, yeah, I think if she's left and she's pretty sure that Fengcha's fully run away, she'll probably pull out the sending stone and be like, guys,
As you all watch, Balthazar and the stable hands run in circles. Belial at this point has given up and is sitting with three other stable hands looking very winded as they all kind of just pet the chicken that Belial was carrying. You hear the sending stones activate, and Yenna's voice comes through.
Hi, Yenna. I have a chicken.
oh, okay. Good. Congrats.
I've never met one, and Noelani is sort of like crouched next to Monty, also petting the chicken.
It's like, this is a chicken. Isn't it an amazing creature?
What a unique species! I just never thought. Oh, it's so soft.
They're so cute, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Did you guys find a chicken or did you find a rooster?
Um, can I insight check to see? Or animal handling to
Yeah.
see if this is
Uh,
a chicken or...
Go for it.
I got an 11.
It'll go either way.
Really not sure. I haven't seen a chicken since I was a kid.
What do you mean?
Your
Okay.
chicken noises like barely come through. It's very funny.
I'm just making very quiet background chicken noises. It's fine.
It is fine. Okay, well that's good. It sounds like you guys are fine. Uh we might not get to see Hakun for a minute. He might be getting my mom like thrown in jail. So that's fun.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you guys? tired of being wherever the hell they took me. So I'm leaving. Where are you?
I mean, I wouldn't be able to say like where we are. I've never been here before, but it looks like some kind of I'd say less of a guest house and more like kind of where the help work. He's like trying to figure out like a good way to say it. Where like just a location that she might know.
It's a circular building.
Okay. I think I know where you are. I'm coming. Because my cousin's freaking out, so we might just need to chill for a while until they get back. Is everyone there?
Yeah.
I would like everybody in the room to roll perception.
At 20, baby.
Oh, actually I rolled, but I mean, I rolled okay. But I think I had said at the end of last session that Tink was like halfway out the window with Featherfall prepared.
Yes. Yes, you did.
So I'm gonna say that Tink is probably sitting with Belial and the tired stable hands, being like, "Why did you let him talk you into this anyway?" Like, also petting that chicken.
Okay, so Tink is chicken bonding.
I mean, everyone's chicken bonding. Let's get that straight. Just with different
Yeah.
chickens.
We're in the general vicinity.
Yeah. So, do you still want me to roll perception?
No, if you're not in the room, you
Okay.
don't have to roll perception.
I'm not in the room.
Where are they vaguely? Do I know where they are?
You do know where they are. There is a circular building that is kind of like a tiered apartment block
Oh,
for a lot of
okay.
the servants and stable hands that work on the estate.
I think I know exactly what kind of building you're talking about, actually, where it's like the courtyard in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I see.
A
Yes.
courtyard and like a well and a little cook station and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just like, why did they take them there? But yeah, so yeah, she's on her way. She's just like, I'm not staying here.
Yenna,
This is stupid.
you do have memories of Bangcha just saying, deal with them, and just like running away with you.
Deal with them.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Yenna will be on her way to there.
Who, Nolani, did you roll a
I rolled a 23 for perception.
brilliant?
Nice.
Me too.
Okay, so Monty, Nolani, you notice that there is another person in the room with you,
Uh,
also looking out of the window at what's going on.
Who the fuck are you?
Hello?
And the person just kind of waves a little.
Oh
then-
no!
What?
Oh no.
What do they sound like? What do they look like? Is this the fucking soot sprite?
Oh no! It thing fucking fully evolved while you weren't looking.
It would be very funny, but no, it's not.
Thank God! You
Um,
terrified me for a minute. Oh my God.
It is a younger woman who looks a lot like your hostess. Looks a lot like Bangcha.
Yeah.
Sorry. They just kind of put us here. Do you live here? And Noelani sort of points at the general rooms that they've been assigned to.
And she holds up a finger and then she holds out Nolani, it was Yulie, wasn't it, who cast comprehend languages?
Yeah, Julie cast comprehend languages, and I know. I mean, I know I'm no spring chicken, but I speak common, primordial, sylvan, celestial, and thieves' cant.
Okay. You do not speak any of these languages. So this person holds out two necklaces towards you, Monty, and one towards you, Nolani, which
Mhm.
are necklaces of comprehend language.
Oh,
I take the necklace and put it on.
okay. Guests in unknown places, like, let's put it on. So yeah, I'll put on the necklace as well.
I don't speech. I
Speech.
don't speak much Carnoctian, so
Oh.
necklaces. And she leans out the window again to watch the
Oh,
ever-growing train of chickens, because Balthazar now just has chickens following him.
so do you live here? Thank you for these. This is so cool. I wonder what we sound like. That's so strange. Anyway,
I don't know, it's very convenient. At least this way you don't have to learn, and we
Well-
can still converse.
yeah, no, that's great. What's your name? We just got
Youngsu.
here. I'm Noelani. This is Monty.
Hi, Nolani.
Hi.
Hi, Monty. I'm Youngsu.
Oh, Young Soo, very nice to meet you. Um, I mean, I don't know. Do people speak, like news travel fast in these type of places usually? But we came with Yenna. Um,
I know, I saw.
oh, okay, great.
I've just been biding my time. You all seemed a little busy, and there was a lot of emotional stuff going on, so I stayed outside the door.
Did
Oh,
you listen in on us?
Maybe. I mean, is it my fault if you're speaking loudly in a room and you haven't checked who's on the other side of the door?
No.
I don't think it is.
I guess not.
She's like very embarrassed at like that we're like heard his like existential crises.
Yep.
Youngsu is also gonna reach across and like grab the sending stone that you guys were using and just be like, "Hi, Anna."
Hello? Did I hear that correctly?
Yes.
Hi. Hello?
Are you here yet?
I'm on my way. Wait, why are you there?
Why wouldn't I be watching a guy running around in the courtyard with chickens?
That's actually 100% fair. Yeah, I'll be there soon.
Tink on the sending stone is just like, what the fuck is going on? Who is that?
Well, we met.
That's my cousin. She's cool.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. She's more cool than the other one.
Oh, well, I'm
Yes.
glad we have the cool cousin. I guess.
You definitely
Yeah.
have a cool cousin. Bangcha is like boring.
Bangcha's fine. She's just,
Bangcha's terrible. Bangcha's a tyrant.
Bangcha's a liar. It's different.
Bangcha's a
Anyway,
liar and a tyrant and totally, absolutely locked me out last night.
did you deserve it?
Maybe.
Okay. See, that's your problem. You got caught.
I'm getting better at sneaking.
How much is better?
Well, let's put it this way. She hasn't noticed that I've stolen at least 3 of her different hair things.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, because she really gives a shit about those for some reason.
Monty, Nolani, you see that this girl Youngsu is literally wearing all 3 of these hair pieces at once.
Amazing.
They're very pretty.
Yeah. It's disgusting, isn't it?
My God, I love her so much.
I will say travel time can cut down and you can be there as soon as you
Cool.
like, you know?
Yeah, no, and Yenna will just like roll up and doesn't. I assume sees like Tink hanging out of a window.
Oh.
Tink's already outside. Tink's
In the courtyard, yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure like where in this structure. But yeah, we'll eventually find them.
On
and
the
just,
inside, looking down at the courtyard where Balthazar has stopped everybody from doing any sort of chore and is just running around in circles with chickens.
Every once in a
Yenna's-
while, when Balthazar gets close enough, Tink will just be like, "You could just not do this."
They could just not chase me.
There are two sides of this, and I'm witnessing them both, and one of them is wrong, and I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
As this is happening, one of the stable hands passes and just kind of reaches out and kind of relays in one of the stable hands that was resting near you, Tink, and they just switch places to run after Balthazar and the chickens.
All I'm saying is you complain that we make you run, and now you're doing this, so
I will regret it later.
I'm sure you will.
Just
The amount
imagine.
of chickens in his arms has doubled at this point. He had been carrying 2, he now has 4.
But, like, what do you think you're gonna do with them?
Take them home.
So you're gonna open a portal, throw the chickens in, and leave us here?
He stops running and runs over to a wall.
Oh
starts
my
drawing a door.
Tink gets up and starts wiping out the chalk on the door. You're not fucking leaving us here.
It has now turned into a circle of trying to draw a door.
No, you're not drawing a fucking door. You're not drawing a fucking door. He's just like rubbing it out the whole way.
Yenna, this is the nonsense you walk back in on.
Yeah, what's happened? Are we leaving? What are you doing?
No, he's trying to steal some fucking chickens and jump through a door and leave us here.
Hakun owes me chickens.
That's fine.
That's something you can
I'm
settle with Hakun when
collecting.
he is here. He's not fucking here.
Yeah.
Look, when he's not here, it means I can collect my winnings square and fair.
How did you earn the chickens?
Cards.
Did you cheat?
No.
Really?
From the
He
window?
just-
Really?
He just looks up and gives you a look, Monty.
No, it'd be fine if you cheated because he would have been cheating, so it's fine.
Is it ever really cheating if you're both cheating?
I mean, I think that's still cheating. It leveled the playing field, but you're still both cheating. Like you're not following the rules.
Yenna, roll
Both of you were
perception.
dishonest.
Anyone who wants to actually roll perception.
I mean, I'll roll perception, but Tink is actively, like, rubbing out any chalk that this man puts on a wall.
I have a plus
5,
0.
7.
That's 9.
A 5.
Nolani, do you want to roll?
I did. It was a 9 because Monty and I are still very much on chicken land with the balcony.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. I'm
Look,
trying to
I'm
sort
just
out.
saying I'm trying to collect my winnings. He also owes me a goat and 2 cows.
You just want money? We can give you just money. What are you gonna do with these? You gonna take them back to the school?
They're very loving creatures.
Are they? They're willing to eat each other if like one of them has like a cut.
They're very violent, loving creatures.
And they're very violent. Also, what are you gonna do with a goat? A goat is just all it's gonna do is be faster than you and maybe kick your ass.
It's gonna eat your books.
Oh my god, are we getting a goat?
It's gonna
We're
eat
not getting
all
a
the
goat.
fucking
I'm
papers.
giving the goat to Monty.
Don't give the goat to
Monty,
fucking
you're
Monty.
getting a
Don't
goat.
say
What's
that.
Monty
gonna do
He'll
with a
hear
goat?
you. Then you have to give him a goat.
All he's gonna do is he's gonna put it in the room with the snakes, and then there's gonna be a really fat snake.
I'm not giving Monty the goat.
See, and now you've gone and gotten his hopes up.
I don't think anybody should get pets right now.
These aren't pets, they're working animals.
Yeah, working for who? Where? Not at the fucking school. Stop it. Put them down.
I'm not convinced you're not just a
persuasion.
klepto.
Both of you roll persuasion. Or intimidation. I would say cast vicious mockery, because damn, but
I got an 11 on persuasion.
5.
they're my chickens. I am legally entitled to them. Hakun can say whatever he wants, but they're mine.
I don't think anyone's gonna fight you about the
No.
chickens. I don't know if this is the right time though.
Yes, I'm not fighting about the worth of a chicken or whether or not it is what you're owed. I'm fighting the fact that we're fucking stuck here in a
We're not
continent
stuck yet.
that none of us. We are if you leave.
Fine. I'm not leaving. And roll perception.
Ah, that's a 26.
He's finished roaring a door and is very quickly trying to open it.
No, he takes wiping it out again.
I'm not leaving. I'm just trying to put the chickens through the door.
But to
I
what
know
end?
somewhere they'll be happy.
Where?
If I tell you where, it's going to tell you far much more about myself than I'm comfortable with.
So you're just gonna open the door and assume we're not gonna be able to see out through your door and learn whatever the fuck you're worried about.
Well, you see, if you just look out through the door, you're not going to see any markers of a
If
country.
you open that
I'll
door,
go
I'm
into
sticking
it.
my
Don't
head through
fucking
it.
try me.
Yeah, I will stick my head inside that door.
Roll persuasion.
I will stick my whole body through that door, and you know I'm not lying.
Roll intimidation.
No, persuasion, please.
I got a 15.
17.
Balthazar narrows his eyes at both of you, and then, slowly puts the chicken he was holding down. During this entire conversation, the stable hands have just been divesting him of chickens until there was only one left. So he just lowers it to the ground.
Okay.
Thank you.
I will make sure my uncle... Wait, actually, why do I need to do that? I'm 99% sure that guy is, my uncle is your brother, so...
Hakun?
Yeah.
He gives you a little look. Why would you think that?
I don't know, because you're mysterious and stupid. It won't tell me things. So I'm just gonna leap to conclusions until you do.
Right, that.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Yeah. Also, my uncle's been filling my head with, stupid stories about dragons since I was, before I could remember you being a thing that was around. You're just squinting at him.
Tink is looking back and forth between them, way too close to this conversation. He should have popcorn. He's just wow, what is this? What is going on? This is amazing.
Roll insight, Yenna.
Oh, damn it. She's so bad at this. I rolled a 2. It's a total of 6.
Can I roll insight?
You can roll insight.
I'm right here. 21. Ha! Finally, an insight roll.
So Yenna, you can't tell, but Tink, you can definitely tell that Balthazar feels incredibly awkward and pressed at being called out at the fact that he was apparently here. Look. I was employed by your family to tutor you.
Uh-huh.
All of these aspersions of me being related to Hakun are totally coincidental. It's just conjecture.
Insight
Feelings.
check.
Why were you even
Go
here?
I was taking a break from the West. It gets a little overwhelming sometimes.
God damn it. Got a 9.
You see that Balthazar has leant back down and picked up the one chicken that stayed close and is kind of cradling it like it's an emotional support chicken.
You were taking a break from the West when I was a kid. Do I know what was going on in the West when I was that age?
Roll history.
Yeah.
Do I know what was going on in the West when Yenna was
Anybody listening in on this conversation, you can roll history if you would like to.
I'm old enough.
Alrighty.
That's all I'm saying.
21.
What is my history?
28.
Ah!
My boy's really good at history. I just always flub the roll.
It's like, give me all the inchecks. Give me the inchecks.
Yeah.
You got like a +9 or some shit, don't you?
Yeah. And I still
No.
rarely get over like a 10. I'm like, why?
Are you rolling, Nolani?
No.
All right. In which case, Monty, you would basically know that around the time that Yenna was a child, which was before your time,
Much before my time. I am baby.
much before your time,
Pepper.
that the West was actively engaged in conflicts, but that's kind of all you know, is that there were vague conflicts going on. Yenna, Tink, you would know a little bit more solely from the fact that your parents wouldn't have made any concerted effort to keep you away from news, unlike Monty's dad,
Fair.
who is terrible. Um, so you would know that at least 3 countries were engaged in a war. I was going to say in a conflict, but they were engaged in a war where they were trying to invade each other, essentially. The larger one was trying to overtake the other two.
Okay.
And it forced a lot of people out of the West, fleeing from like conflict zones and the overflow of fighting, especially when the larger country started to conscript.
Okay.
There is a high chance that Balthazar may have been dodging the draft.
Draft dodging.
Yeah.
Finally, something
Respect.
Tink can respect.
Yeah, I was like, no, that's respectable. Understandable. Yenna's just looking at it like, okay, that tracks. Fine. But like, you came here.
I reached out to Hakun when I was in need, and he said that there was a family with a young daughter who needed a tutor.
Yeah, but why do you know him at all?
He's an old friend.
Uh-huh. From?
School? And immediately seems to realize this was the wrong thing to say.
Listen, we can go upstairs. Just remember that time that you told us that you weren't gonna keep a bunch of secrets from us anymore?
I didn't think that that meant my personal life.
Yeah, but to be fair, we have since established that it does very much mean your personal life. Which it's an unfortunate side effect, but it always does seem to be increasingly relevant.
Nolani, Monty, Youngsu kind of leans towards you guys and goes, "He's always been a shitty liar."
Yeah.
I've just met the man, and honestly, I'm
Oh, it's
learning more than I
dire.
need.
Yeah, it's so bad.
He's not very good at hiding anything.
I don't even think he tries.
No.
All of this is like in stage whispers.
Yeah.
So Balthazar is just getting more and more grumpy. Also, after all of the bad insight, he is an inspiration for Yenna for a future role.
Yay.
Thank you so much, Urkerid.
Thank you, Rex. My girl's pathetic.
No, she's not. She just doesn't have a shoe at hand.
I mean, she's probably wearing shoes, but she's probably not
Yeah.
gonna hit him with it.
Oh.
Not
The-
yet.
No. Although the instinct to just like pinch him if he lies to her again is gonna be real strong. Just grab like
You see for a long second that Balthazar just kind of frowns, thinking, and then immediately it's like he's gonna give in, and his mouth opens as though to speak, and a bell rings across the estate.
Of course it does.
Of course. Excuse me.
All of the estate hands immediately start rushing around. And Yenna, you would recognize this bell as an alert that the master of the estate is back.
Would I be able to kind of like insight-ish that like that's what was going on, given that like I grew up on a kind of similar, culturally different, but like politically similar estate?
I would say yes. Like the way that all of the hands around you have kind of jumped to attention and run off to actually look busy and do their jobs.
Yeah.
Um instead of watching people chase chickens. Since the stable hands are still chasing chickens, trying to get them back into the coop. Yes, you can pass that. I won't even make you roll for it.
Okay.
Um
He's instantly gonna look at Balthazar and be like, "This does not get you off the hook. No, you don't get to. We're
you
very
should
close
just
to
ask a
something here."
kun. You should just ask a kun. Yeah, no,
No,
you
you
should
should
just
come
ask
with
a
us.
kun.
No, you can come with us and you can bring the fucking chicken if you want.
Yeah,
I've
that'll be
named
entertaining.
Delilah and she's a lady.
Okay. He probably already has a name, but sure.
Where's this one? And he kind of pets the chicken on the head, and the chicken's just like a little.
Yeah, and I was just gonna look at Tink and I was like, does he speak with animals?
don't know. So
Okay. Whatever.
I'm very good at speaking with fish.
That's not a fish though.
I don't. Why are you like this?
It's like Yenna's respect is just like melting away over time. Like whatever veneer of like this man saved my life and he's such a knowledgeable professor, just dripping off of this man to reveal Balthazar.
Oh, I'm so glad it's been tarnished.
Tink
The
finally
spark-
realizing like how probable it was that they were friends at one point, because this is just like he's like, is this what I'm like? Am I like this?
Especially when you say chickens aren't fish, and he just looks at you and goes, "Everything was fish once upon a time."
You are
Taking your chicken.
fucking insufferable sometimes.
And with that, we are going to take a very short break. We will
And
be away for about 10-15 minutes. We're going to get up, stretch, hydrate, grab a snack. I suggest everybody watching do the same. Thank you guys so much for watching the first half. We'll be back in a bit. See you soon.
Bye.
Right?
Hello.
Hello.
We're back.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry about
We
that.
had a cat.
Yeah. Cats happened. But we have returned.
Yes. Rebellious cats who did not want to settle and only wanted attention.
That's how they be. That's
Mhm.
how they be.
At least she
Right
didn't send an entire essay to the Twitch chat this time.
At least.
Listen, Lottie has
Well,
a lot of things to say, and it's very important that we all hear them. Unfortunately, we don't all speak Lottie.
No,
So-
and
It's
they
very
are
true.
mostly poop. So
She's very good at spelling poop on the keyboard. I don't know why. But anyway, yes, hello and welcome to part 2 of Hellions of Carnocht. If you're joining us just now, in the first half, we had chicken chases and the party meeting back up and a heartfelt conversation between Yenna and her cousin Bongcha, and everybody tried to interrogate Balthazar, and then a bell went off and people have arrived. And this was a very good overview. I know. Thank you. Um, so shall we jump straight back in
I think so.
to part 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing that you noticed once the bell went off was the sheer cacophony of industry that happened around you. All of the serving staff, all of the attendants immediately jumping to and heading to work. However, that work in part was considered to be ushering you all out of the area that was considered theirs, as if drawn along by the tide of workers and simply by the tide of curious children and teenagers. You've been drawn to the road.
I'm still carrying my chicken.
You are still carrying your chicken. Balthazar is still carrying his chicken too, so chicken solidarity.
Mm-hmm.
But as you get to the top of the road, you realize just how large the estate that you've been staying on is. The section that you have been in has just been one small part of what appears to be a very industrious village. There are several other round buildings like the one that you'd been staying in, along with separate houses and plazas and gardens set all around several acres of land. And you can see, as you round the hill in the distance, is a small train of carriages and horses. Young Sue is already making her way down the road with a very dejected kind of air. And it's almost furtively that Balthazar starts to follow her.
Yenna will probably run to catch up with Yuxa and like maybe not walk ahead of her, but like be next to her.
He's gonna be so
Auntie
mad when
is-
he realizes you guys came here unannounced.
He's gonna be mad.
I don't know, he's just been mad a lot lately.
Well, I mean,
It's one of the things that's got Bongcha going so crazy.
I mean, I don't know exactly what's going on, but it sounds like things have been not great.
Oh, they've been terrible.
Yeah, so maybe he has a reason.
Did my industrious sister tell you that your dad's staying with us?
No, but I kind of assumed if my dad's throwing my mom like to the wolves that he's probably not allowed on the estate right now.
Oh, he is not.
Yeah. Also, I like how you don't care that like I'm alive. And just like punches her in the side of the leg.
care. And she like stops in her tracks and turns on you and is like, I 100%, I care. I
Uh-huh.
care. I
Uh-huh.
do. I had faith that you weren't dead to begin with.
Uh-huh.
You can roll insight if you would like to.
Sure.
Remember, you do have wow.
Yeah, it's inspiration.
That's the word I was looking for and could not find.
Well, I rolled a 1 on the inspiration, but that makes it a total of 18.
Okay.
So
There is a sense of guilt when she says that. There is
that's not
something very guilty, but also did something she shouldn't have on her face.
interesting. Hmm. Okay.
She knew. She knew you weren't dead.
Okay.
You should know that your mother tried to throw a funeral for you.
Oh, that's fucked up. That
Uh-huh.
also seems very appropriate. Did she cry?
Oh, you know it. Like,
Mm.
there were so many mourners, I think she paid people to cry.
Oh, ew, gross.
I know.
Ugh, hate that.
Mm-hmm. This
So what did,
entire conversation is going on while you're walking towards the procession.
yeah. I still don't know why your dad would be mad about us showing up. Well, looks at Balthazar, it's like, that might be different. I don't know, but I
Right.
oh, I hope my dad's happy to see me.
Why wouldn't he be?
I don't know.
Did
Why
you
did
do something before you left?
uh uh, I changed color and
Puncture stops and just puts both of her hands on like the side of your face and just looks at you very sad for a moment. You know that's not a crime, right?
yeah, I know, but I also got sent away because I grew these and then changed color and then they were like you're going to live on the other side of the planet now. So it was, there wasn't really like a heartfelt conversation about why they were doing it. And he let her,
Yeah.
so eh.
I'm glad you've got our family. And she just kind of pats your cheeks and turns to
Oh.
carry on down the road.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, no, I'll just
Monty,
follow.
the chicken that you are holding is starting to squirm. I would like you to roll animal handling.
12.
Beautiful. You can't shush the chicken, so it doesn't exactly quieten down, but it does settle on your head
Oh,
and
yay!
proceeds to start making like a little nest out of your hair.
I've got a lot of hair, so.
You've been chosen, Monty.
I've been chosen by the chicken. Can I talk to the chicken?
I mean, of course, if you want to cast
Yeah.
speak with animals.
I'm casting Speak with Animals.
All right. What would you like to say to the chicken?
Are you comfortable up there?
Home, new home, home move. Moving home is different, but home.
Uh,
There's a
what's your name?
particularly hard peck and then a stay still.
No, I'm walking. I can't stay still.
A hard peck. Stay still!
I can't.
Fine.
I'll walk as carefully as I can, though.
You feel like a little chicken wiggle on your head.
I'm delighted by this. And I asked the chicken what their name is.
My name is
Oh yeah.
No. No. The on the end, it's very important. Important.
Okay.
Close.
I'll get it eventually.
Oh my god.
You will. And she pecks real hard.
Ow!
New house has comfy hair.
I'm glad.
Is there anything else you would like to ask your new chicken?
I guess I'm gonna ask the chicken what is going on.
When the bell rings, the important one comes back.
Who's the important one?
You ask me like I know two-leg names. It's featherless
Not
ones.
there. What did the chicken say? I'm sorry.
Featherless ones.
Featherless ones.
I'm surprised you've gotten this much information out of a chicken, to be fair.
Yep.
Yep. Well, I'll walk
Underestimated chickens be.
I've never underestimated chickens. I always thought that chickens are great.
The important one is old and dresses in red.
Chickens know
She kind of
colors.
gives
I'm
a
learning so
little
much.
flutter on your head, like her wings just battering. He goes away sometimes, and then he comes back, and then the bells ring. You can see everything from the roofs. And she
You
does
spend a
like a little hopping fly onto one of the. There are several posts along the road that have lanterns attached to them, and she flies
Mhm.
to one of those. It's not a very graceful fly. It's a
No,
very
'cause he's
clumsy fly. It's more of a controlled fall.
um and Monty is just like uh just like not like it's like, oh, okay, as the chicken flies off um to the top of the lantern, and it's just like, is that the roof that you're talking about, or like building roofs?
No, silly, this is light roof. Those are roof. Up
That makes
high.
sense.
And she's looking at like one of the larger buildings on the side of the road that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about 4 stories tall.
Okay, that is very high. Can
See
you fly up there?
everything from up there. No,
How do you get up there?
Trixon.
Jixon? What's that?
She does like a little fly glide and a hoppity hop across the road and is going to show you how she gets on top of the roof unless you stop
Okay.
her.
No, I'm not gonna stop her. I'm gonna follow her.
We're all gonna go get plot, and Monty's gonna follow his.
Yep.
No, I think Noelani, who had been sort of walking alongside Monty or just adjacent enough, would be like, Monty, I think we're supposed to go with the caravan.
Oh. Can you show me that later? I have to go with everyone. I have to go with the other featherless ones.
I can show you whenever.
Okay.
Okay. And she stays where she is and like settles down.
She's on the lantern roof. She's not on my head anymore.
No. She's at the like the opening towards this building, which is surrounded by like grasses and very nice topiaries.
Okay.
And she's
So she's
found like some wildflowers to settle in.
lovely.
Nice home, good home. And you can see that she's picking like pieces of grass and just kind of throwing them.
And that home doesn't move.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't move. Good still home. She pecks the ground. During all of this, the caravan has gotten markedly closer. It's making its way towards a rather large gate that appears to lead to the largest property that you all can see. And so, therefore, you can safely assume it's probably the largest property here.
Mhm.
Is Balthazar still with us?
Roll perception.
His motherfucker.
Tink would have like actively been keeping an eye on him, I think, at this point.
What's your passive?
His passive is 22.
Okay, give me 2 seconds while I roll stealth. As the DM gets to play D&D.
The DM's just trying to.
Balthazar is gone,
You
my fucking God.
motherfucker.
along with his chicken.
Oh my God.
Can I perception look for him?
Yeah, of course you can. You can roll investigation if you like.
I mean, my investigation is a dirty 20.
I will roll another stealth to see if he's out of sight. He is not. He rolled very well. Actually, he rolled very badly. He just has a very good modifier. But you do see that Balthazar is kind of clinging to the busier side of the street, where you see there's a lot of carved walls and like plants and trees to kind of mask his movement. Um, and he's heading towards the caravan much faster than you guys are. So he's not trying to avoid it.
Okay. In that case, Tink might just let him go if he seems like he's like going with us. His big concern is just, showing up unannounced with no reason to be here. He doesn't know why we're here, why this was the safest place.
In fact, as you watch him go towards the caravan, you see him just kind of pop his chicken on the floor and scoot it along a little. And then he straightens all of his clothes self-consciously and tries to flatten his hair.
Oh, he's nervous. Yeah, I mean, in that case, Tink will stick with everyone and, like, I assume basically stick to Belial, who is being dragged along as well, so.
I'm glad that you specified that, because I was gonna hope to not be playing 7 characters.
You do not have to play him,
The same way
but
that you're
you
not
can't
playing
just
Yulie.
leave
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, okay, alright, yes.
Yes.
Okay, Belial is being dutifully dragged along.
I will not make you voice him in a scene that has so many NPCs who need to speak. Don't worry.
I will say that as Belial, as you are dragging along Belial, you are being dragged back every few seconds while he's looking at different plants and like stealing little cuttings because they're medicinal.
Good. Tink's here for petty crimes, so like this is fine.
Medicinal, that's not petty.
Amazing.
But yeah, I mean, we'll just follow along. Tink knows how these things go. He's not gonna like fuck off.
Okay. As you're watching the caravan and as you're watching Balthazar's approach, you see 3 people get out of the main carriage. One of whom, Yenna, you instantly recognize, and then immediately recognize the second figure that gets out of the carriage as well. The first being Hakun, a rather broad-built man, quite tall, with a kindly severe face. He has the look of a man who spent a long time frowning, but now spends a long time laughing.
Okay.
And salt and pepper hair, and he's dressed in the same red and gold robes that he's kind of famous for wearing.
Okay.
Ostentatiously etched with dragons and wearing as much jewelry as he dares to, making, for all the world, a scene out of himself, essentially.
Yeah.
And directly behind him, you see your father, who is a little more austerely dressed, a little quieter, and a much smaller man, but who looks incredibly stressed at this point in time. There is a line of worry down his forehead as he shuffles out of the carriage, and the third figure that follows them is dressed head to toe in silver.
Oh. What that?
I would like any of you who would want to roll perception.
Perception. Fuck.
Get
Dirty 20.
18.
Nolani, Yenna, Tink. The first thing that kind of strikes you all is that the third figure to get out of the carriage is definitely not dressed in what seems to be the predominant fashion that you have seen. And this is more of a look that would fit in Carnocht. It is a very well-cut suit, high boots, a long coat. And then it takes your brain a second to catch up with the reality that you see in front of you. Because getting out of that carriage is Abraxas.
Fucker.
Tink stops.
Yeah, Balthazar has also stopped.
Monty's just obliviously still walking forward.
Tink will like grab at Monty if he's in range.
Or he'll walk into Noelani, who stopped walking.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like sputtering, like what? And she's sort of like making. Wait, did we? And she'll turn to like either Tink or Yenna, whoever's closest, I guess. Did we travel to this place in the present? Right? Like this is the correct time. How is he there? How we know how we got here, but we left him. What?
I don't know. Yeah, I will grab Youngsu's wrist and like stop her from approaching too.
You don't even need to stop her. She has stopped in her tracks quite a while ago
Oh, interesting.
Stop
and
fucking
is
your breakfast.
scowling down the road.
In the direction of the caravan, or
Yes.
Okay. I will ask her then, like, do you know who that is?
Do you know who that is?
I have a guess.
Well, give me your best guess and I'll tell you if it's the same as mine.
We know him as Abraxas, a Mercury dragon.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's Mercurius.
Um,
I don't think you mean that as a wordplay, do you?
I mean that as a title.
okay.
He never comes out this far.
Well, things are about to get super weird. Because right before we came, we were interacting with him, and it wasn't
Uh,
friendly.
define interacting,
we kicked
and
the
you
shit
see
out
that
of him.
Youngsu is just kind of looking at you with wide eyes.
We might have been trying to kill him.
Well, he
I
attacked
wasn't
us
trying
first.
to.
Hold on. He attacked us first in that instance, for all intents and purposes. But
Oh my
yeah,
god.
there's been some misunderstandings in the last couple of
Do you
weeks with him.
have a death wish? And Youngsu is immediately trying to pull all of you to the side of the road so that maybe the caravan will not see you.
Apparently.
Oh my god.
No.
No,
Well,
mostly no.
what are you doing pissing off an ancient Mercury dragon?
Didn't know he was an ancient dragon.
And what's he doing
Oh,
fucking
so if
meddling
he's
in
a
our
young dragon, it
affairs?
makes it better?
Also, he's chasing us.
Yeah.
You're not actively seeking him out. I want you to understand that. I'm avoiding that motherfucker. He just keeps showing up.
Youngsu is just like running around in a circle, talking to herself like, "You're gonna die. You've got a death wish. You're gonna die. He's gonna kill you. Oh god, he's gonna kill us. Oh no, he's gonna kill us. Why would he be here unless he's gonna kill us?
Yeah, why is he here? And why is he with my dad and your dad?
I don't know."
Monty's just like trying to hide behind Nolani. Actually, he's gonna turn into his cat form and just like sit on Nolani's shoulder, like trying to hide behind her hair.
Yeah, I was gonna try and cast some kind of disguised person or something, but I think Tink would be smart enough to know that dragons can just see through that.
Yeah,
So
Monty's
it
not smart
wouldn't
enough.
it wouldn't matter.
Same person though. And Noelani's still like, what? She's like, how did he make it here so fast? I mean,
Don't
like,
know.
she just rang them up. They were in that meeting, right?
In theory, we traveled instantly. What the fuck is Balthazar doing?
Roll perception.
Oh, fuck off.
Natural 20.
24.
What's he doing?
Shows the balt. 15.
I'm
Give me a
being
second.
cat in Nolani's hair, just like not paying attention to Balthazar.
So only just Yenna and Tink. you see that Balthazar appears to have squared his shoulders and is back in the middle of the road, walking down it.
Mm.
And if ever you have seen this man prepared for a fight, this man is prepared for a fight.
Well, seeing that, I mean, Yenna will kind of trot up and join him then.
Yeah, I think like Tink will be where he can see where everything is happening. He's still gonna try and like not be in the direct center of anything.
Yeah, Yenna is very much, oh, if we're fighting, I guess we're fighting. Let's go.
The moment you all start getting close, Balthazar kind of turns to you, not quite, but his head turns just slightly to make it clear that he's talking to you behind him. And it's just like, stay out of this. I don't want any of you getting hurt.
I mean, we're not gonna make something of it, but if something happens, we're not staying out of it.
So
Also,
this
my
is
dad's
where
over
you've all
there.
gotten to. Oh, how lovely. Is this an outing? Abraxas has seen you.
Yeah, you could
Mm.
say that. It takes like through gritted teeth.
Avi hisses at
Does he
Axis.
look fine?
Yeah, like Norlani is sort of like calming down Monty and just kind of being like, "That's a weird reaction for somebody that we just saw, 3 hours ago."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks fine. He's in a very well done up white and silver suit, and he looks in incredibly good health.
How's my dad look?
Troubled.
Troubled?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I won't make you roll insight for it. You are very familiar with your dad's expressions. This is one you've seen very few times in your life, but it is genuine worry.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think if there's no reason to stop her, she'll probably try to get close to her dad.
The moment that you try to pass Balthazar, he's going to try and hold you back. So I would like you to roll either Dex or Strength if you would like to try and avoid that.
We're definitely doing Dex. Not good. Um, yeah, I mean, it's a 7.
Faster than you've ever really seen Balthazar move. He puts his arm out and he just very gently catches your shoulder and
Don't let
tries
him.
to nudge you back.
Jeez. Okay.
At which point you hear a laugh. Not the boisterous one that you're used to from Hakun, but more a put upon chuckle as he steps forward, taking the stage, if you will, and holds up his hands. We're all friends here. Perhaps we should let these tensions aside. Mercurius has come to visit, and you two can lay aside your arms, Aurelius.
Mm.
What?
I'm sorry.
Mm.
Excuse me?
Tink immediately looks at Balthazar.
Auntie also just does the same. She's just like in cat form, just like staring at Balthazar. Just like and then sort of like jumps off Nolani's shoulder and like turns back into himself and's like, what?
Can we talk about this later?
No, I think we're gonna talk about this now.
No, we can talk about it later, but we are talking about it later. Understand?
Balthazar just nods, and you see as he steps forward just a little bit more, he turns as though to motion towards all of you with a very subtle gesture. And it's like, I've brought guests. I hope that's okay. I wasn't expecting an audience. And Hakun, in true Hakun fashion, immediately takes in all of you, with his eyes alighting on Yenna, and just smiles quite broadly. My niece is always welcome. And so are all of my niece's friends. Perhaps our audience can be stayed for a little while. Have you eaten? And he's stepping forwards towards Yenna, and you can see behind him there is a twitch of discontent on Abraxas's face. What are you all doing?
Ah.
Man, the urge
I
to
hate my
punch.
reaction is Monty is going up to Abraxas and being like, "You want to fucking kill him? Like, you want to kill Dragon? What the fuck are you doing, you fucking asshole?" Which is like the absolute worst thing to do because the dragon has told him to kill another dragon. He's just fuck.
Yeah, no. I feel like if Monty tries to go anywhere, Tink will try to grab him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it will be with like a vice grip. Like he is so nervous.
Yeah, and I think that even though Noelani might not have like the full context here, even then, like she's learned enough at this point that she's sort of like, she's aware of like social games and like that bureaucratic level where she's like, oh, I do not know what game is at foot, where she's like really nervous now, but she'll like position herself in a way where Yulie's with us, obviously, but like bodily hide the beaker spread like situation. Like she's still very unsure how this Abraxas can be the Abraxas they left behind. So basically, she's just like very wary of it all.
Yeah.
Roll
I
me
think
sleight of hand for hiding the beaker.
Da-da-da-da. That's an 11.
Mm.
I'm not holding the beaker though. I'm pretty sure Yulie had it, so it's just like bodily hiding Yulie's
Oh,
body.
I know.
Okay.
I needed to take stock of that.
Someone needed to roll.
Abraxas needed to roll.
Oh, quick, some inspiration for Noelani. Wait, if you want to add
Okay,
1d8 to that
I'll allow
roll.
it.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
you can add a d8 if you would like to.
All right, here we go. Oh, that's an 8
Oh
total.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Max roll.
Nice.
Yeah.
19, baby.
That is good to know. Immediately, Abraxas steps forward, all sweeping motions and flowery hands, and looking just as pleasant as you have never seen him. And he steps forward and is like, "Come now, there is no reason to be afraid. We're friends here, aren't we? Why, I have joined my associate," motioning to Hakon, "in order to be entertained. And right now I'm very entertained. It's good to know that you've been hiding here. You always have been predictable, Aurelius." This said, once again, to Balthazar.
As subtly as he can, Tink on the sending stone, I think is just gonna be like, how long does politeness save us here?
Who are you sending that to?
I mean Balthazar, but it's to the group chat.
Yeah. God.
I don't know anything.
There's a long silence. And then you see Balthazar just kind of leans forward in a very short bow and uses that to mask his reply as he says, "It helps us just as long as it takes for Abraxas to get bored."
To get what?
Bored.
Bored.
Uh,
Oh.
Hakun gives another short, stilted, nervous laugh and claps Abraxas on the back. And Yenna, he also gives a nudge to your father. It's like, "Then come, friends, we shall have some food and we shall have some entertainment, and you shall find yourselves much cared for in my company. Please, please, let's see ourselves inside. The children must be cold."
yeah. Assuming everything is going well and people start moving, Yenna's making it for her dad.
Before you can move away, Balthazar does just kind of give your shoulder a squeeze and just says, "Be very careful." And then he'll let you go.
And she's just gonna look. She's like, I'm not leaving him next to that.
The moment, though, that you start moving, Young-Soo starts moving too, as though she is not leaving your side.
Yeah.
Do you all head into the manor?
Yep.
Yeah, probably in the back of the crowd though.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's probably like. Yeah, I think Monty's in the middle of the group, but like more towards the back of it, just like watching Abraxas, like eyes wide and just like trying not to freak out.
Mhm.
Also, the comment of being cold, yeah, because he literally Belial grabbed him out of the hospital wing and he didn't have a coat or anything.
Yeah, yeah,
Blood.
and it is quite chilly here.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's probably not wearing shoes. This is a fairly common thing for Monty.
Oh my god.
You see as Hakun and his entourage enter the manor, they're greeted by a set of servants that take coats and boxes and just essential all traveling equipment. And two of the servants step forward to you as a group. And the older one makes a motion and is like, "I do believe that Lord Hakun would care to speak with his visitors before addressing yourselves. If you could follow me." And he gives a low bow.
Of course. Tink returns the bow. Very much like far too deep. Like it's like mirrors what is being done to him.
Yenna's gonna like nudge him, like, you are, I guess.
No.
You're not a servant.
He just knows enough to know that like mirroring is gonna be better than like not in this scenario. So
The servant
Yeah.
is giving you a very strange look.
Yeah, Yenna like bows and is like basically just like a nod, if anything, and then keeps going. It's like, no. We're
Right,
important.
okay.
Yeah.
Tink's like, sounds fake, but okay.
Monty
You
does
end
not
up
believe
led.
it's important.
Oh, Monty. You end up led to what is essentially a kitted out sitting room. There is a low table in the middle of it that has already been laid out with food and drink. And there are a couple of game tables around the outside of it with stools. And around the very perimeter of the room appears to be a water feature that has been carved out of the stone. But something has happened magically to it and it's lit with red light that makes the water look like fire. I will also say every inch of this room is filled with dragon carvings
I was
and
gonna ask.
paintings.
Everything's a dragon? Everything's a dragon.
Everything's a dragon. Everything's a
Everything's a
dragon.
dragon.
Everything is a dragon, and as much as possible is like gold or jade.
Oh god.
I think at some point, like, as they're waiting, like, sweating, like, Tink is just gonna kind of offhandedly be like, wouldn't you want it to be, like, a secret? Wouldn't you want to, like...
I mean, who would be so stupid as to be keeping this a secret? And then this, right?
Well, it's like less of a secret and more like you want to show that you've got the power. It's usually what that's for. But yeah, this seems, even by that standard, a little heavy handed.
I mean, I don't think anybody actually believes him because he literally writes stories for a living. This just looks
All
like
hiding in plain sight, and that's Youngsu.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if this is plain sight. This is I look at
She
he looks eccentric.
she doesn't care. At this point, she is dragging a table towards a wall where you can see a tiny vent shaped like a dragon's open mouth. They're gonna be in the room across the hall. I'm sure that we can hear what's going on.
Oh, awesome.
I'm gonna-
Tink, like, scrambles over to
turn
join
into-
her. No questions asked.
I'm gonna turn into a mouse, and
Oh
I'm gonna
my
scramble
God.
into-
Do it. Do it.
You're
I-
becoming a mouse.
I think,
Yes.
like, if Tink sees Monty, like, become a mouse and, like, go to scurry off, he's gonna be like, just don't let him see you. Okay? Like, stay out of sight.
I
like-
give him a little thumbs up as
Okay.
best I can.
Okay.
A little
Mhm.
mouse thumbs up.
hmm
Gosh.
I'm like just in the vent, like I'm not like in the room.
Oh, this
Yeah.
will make it so much easier. You'll come across 3 different vents when you get in there, 3 circles. Lift the center one, and then we should be able to hear what's going on. These are for the servants.
Monty chirps a little like, got it, and goes and does what he's been told to do.
Oh my gosh.
Roll survival. Because the first thing that you immediately notice is that, yeah, you were told that there were 3 vents, but like there's a fork in the road the moment that you get in there.
That's a 12.
With a 12, I'm not going to tell you which one it is. I want you to roll a d4.
2.
You take the left-hand path. You come to a junction of 3 circles.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you pick?
Well, she told me to open the center one.
Yep.
So that's what I do. Oh.
On opening the center one, you hear immediate kitchen noises.
I realize that I have gone the wrong way, so I'm going to go back to where I was originally and try another corridor.
Okay. I would like you to roll survival.
I did even worse.
Oh, no.
What did you roll?
I got a 6.
Okay. Roll a d4.
I
If
got
you
a
get
4.
2, roll again. Oh, you got a 4? You come back the way you came and are immediately just looking at everybody again.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back, try this again. I got
Only
a
so many
15.
spots.
You got a what? Sorry?
15.
Oh, with a 15, yeah, it's the direct ahead path that you
Yep,
just need to
okay.
take.
So
And
I do that.
it takes a little while to get there. Like I will say the main shafts of the vent are probably big enough that a very young child could crawl through them. So you can definitely see how Youngsu knows this.
Mhm.
And when you get to the vents, you open the middle one, and you hear the soft strain of voices. coming from a room,
Mhm.
one of which is definitely Abraxas's.
What are they saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of what you catch at first is pleasantries. It's all very much overt offers of, can I give you refreshments? Would you like some tea? Would you like this or that? Until you hear Abraxas snap. And he just goes, if I wanted tea, Hekun, I could go to your kitchen and get it myself. I am here. I'm here because I was not aware that you were all gathered here breaking the accords. I knew that you'd run off to the estates, Aurelius, but really, this was ridiculous. There's a long pause and the shuffling scrape of a chair, and then you hear somebody pacing. And it's not Balthazar that answers. It's Hakun, who appears to be much closer to the vent at this point. So his voice comes through quite loud. We're curious, there is a reason that we didn't tell you that there was still a council. Accords or not, you've never been welcome in it. And quite frankly, you are not welcome on my family grounds. I have offered you hospitality, but it is only to a point. There is a reason that we banished you to the west.
Monty Mouse is just like
Monty
peeking his
Mouse.
nose through. Yeah, Monty
Oh,
Mouse.
no
just peeking
nose. That's me as Tink. Internally. I can't see you, it's fine.
I need you to roll a stealth, please, Monty, if you're going to poke your nose through.
It fell off the table initially. Stealth. So that is a 13 plus 11. That's a 24.
Okay. With a 24, you don't think anybody's seen you as you poked your nose through, but it gives you a vantage point to be able to see the room. And the first thing that you see is that Abraxas is lounging in a chair as though he's a king.
Mhm. This is unsurprising.
Oh, yeah, he's Abraxas.
Mhm.
Hakun, however, is also sitting in a chair as though he is a king, but you've seen the difference in certain political men.
Mhm.
Hell, you've seen the difference in certain political women too. It was rare for you to see it in your father's home, but he couldn't control you all the time. The difference between Abraxas and Hakun is that Hakun knows the power that he holds and is confident in it without having to overact it. This is a very different man in this room than you saw trying to play. Oh gosh, sorry, I've forgotten the word. My head is just
Mm.
trying to play mediator on the road.
Mhm.
Balthazar is hiding in the corner. It's not hiding. He's leaning against a wall and trying to make it look cool, but he is definitely trying not to be part of this conversation.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that you would like to look for as you have access to the room?
Um. I think I'm just trying to keep an eye. Actually, I'd like to see if like keeping an eye on if they like shift their shapes at all. Like trying to just sort of keep an extra like look at like eye on things, if that makes sense. Like trying to keep my like a pulse of the room.
Mm-hmm. Roll insight.
Of plus What is 11? 23.
Hey. With a 23, as they're talking and you are watching, they've started speaking in lower voices than they were before.
Mm-hmm.
But you can definitely see that for all Hakon wields power, he is on the defensive here.
Yeah.
It is clear he wants Abraxas to leave. And it is clear that he is willing to do anything to get Abraxas out of his home.
Mm-hmm.
Abraxas is having absolutely none of it. And as he settles back in his chair, he is idly playing with what appears to be a small sugar bowl
Mm-hmm.
that is also shaped like a dragon.
Of course it is.
Of course. This man is not subtle.
No.
And he looks up towards you, Monty, and just smiles.
Oh no.
You have to understand, now that I know that the council exists again, well, you can't deny me. I may have been rejected to the West as such a awful, awful thing. I know. Wasn't like I was born there or anything. But you can't deny me entry if I wish to attend. In fact, I think you have to hear me out now that I am on your grounds, friend. I want the children. They have something that belongs to me. Give me the children and what I am owed, and I won't kill the council. It's at that point that Balthazar decides to scoff because he's an idiot and rolls his eyes and stands. And it's just like, you couldn't kill the council even if you wanted to. You're an ancient dragon, sure. I give you the respect you're due. But have you seen the council lately? I know they're not what they once were, but they're not pushovers. Abraxas. And Abraxas holds up a hand and just goes, I'm curious. And he does like a little stage bow.
Oh my god, this motherfucker. How much of this are we in the room hearing, by the way?
You can hear all of this.
Okay. I will say the instant that, like, if it does break off, Tink is casting enhance ability. Like, he is not gonna not hear how this goes.
The way that the vent is positioned, you can hear all of this quite clearly. Is there anything that those of you in the room would like to do?
No, I think Tink is just looking like horrified at this whole thing. He's just like fuck.
Yeah, I don't think that there's anything Yenna can do that isn't going to be actively disruptive, and so she is just pacing and like trying not to like break anything just by like proximity to her at this point.
Nolani, is there anything that you would like to do?
We've lost a Nolan.
Oh, we've lost a Nolani for a little while. Okay. We have indeed.
Yeah. So it's just us.
Yeah. Monty,
Yes.
the moment that Abraxas does that little stage bow and is like, it's Mercurius, you see Balthazar rolls his eyes, ridiculously so,
Mm-hmm.
and sits down at the table next to Hakun.
Mm-hmm.
Roll insight.
Nat 20, baby.
Nice.
Plus 11. That's a 31. Fuck. Sorry,
Did you
I
say
dropped
that's
it.
Did you
That's
say
a
that's
31.
31?
Yes. Because I got a nat 20, and I have a plus 11 to insight.
It's a buck wild insight.
I know.
The first thing you notice is that as Balthazar sits down, He bears a striking resemblance to the man sat next to him, just in the way he moves and the way they act. And that sitting right next to each other, there are definitely features that they share. And you can also tell that they are both willing to kill Abraxas right now.
Mhm.
Why does Ben lie to me so much?
And Balthazar kind of crosses his arms and just glowers across at Abraxas and goes, "There is no way in hell or any other dimension that I am handing those kids over to you. I know I'm not exactly what is expected or wanted. But that doesn't mean that I won't fight you enough to make it irritating." And Hakun reaches out and puts a hand on his shoulder and leans towards Abraxas. "I've heard tell of these children that you're after. You're not the only one who's been keeping eyes on them. You know they're chosen. Why are you trying to interfere? I'm curious." And Monty, you see Abraxas kind of. It's almost as though he's a bird and his feathers all ruffle at once. And he lurches to his feet, sweeping around the chair. "I don't care if they were chosen by some stupid stones left here millions of years ago. I don't care if they were chosen by your own uncle. They have the soul of my son, and I want it back."
At that point, Mouse Monty is just gonna squeak a little bit and then
Yeah.
immediately go
Roll
fuck to
stealth.
himself.
Roll
Yep.
stealth. Roll stealth. To see if that squeak was heard.
Yeah, I think Tink
With
has to.
disadvantage,
Oh,
because
it
you
was a
said you
13.
squeaked.
Yep.
A 13?
Okay, disadvantage. No, sorry. Yeah, disadvantage 13.
Okay. Yeah. With that squeak, all three of them turn towards you. And you see Hakun immediately swears and starts to run towards the vent.
I am going to try and like run.
I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's not very good. Well, that's a 15.
Can I see him?
No,
Okay.
you can't. He's in the vent.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it depends on how far out he got.
I'm like far.
That's fair.
He's pretty far. He's across the hall, so that's pretty far. Unfortunately, Monty,
Mm-hmm.
you find fingers grabbing you and lifting you in the air. And Hakun just looks down at you and goes, "A ginger mouse? Well, that's new." And immediately marches across the hall. He slams open the door.
Tink
And
tries to sit down like he wasn't absolutely standing at the vent. But it's like way too late.
Monty's
as
just like
he
trying to trying to escape, but probably not very well.
as Hakun leaves the room, though, Abraxas, being Abraxas, is far faster than either Balthazar or Hakun. And beneath the door, before it can be slammed open, you see a pool of quicksilver rolling across the floorboards towards you. And in a twisting moment, you see it rearing and turning into a dragon's open maw. And he hisses, "Give me the stone!" And that's where we're going to leave it for the night.
Meh.
Okay.
Uh,
Can't believe we have to fight this fucker again.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
We're out of spell slots. It's the same day.
It's not. You've had a long rest.
Oh,
Have we?
You had a long rest?
You've had a long rest. It's been 24 hours. You had an entire night to sleep.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that night. I thought the chickens were first date.
No, you had to sleep before the chickens.
I'll take it.
Ah!
I'll take
Yeah.
it. I
No,
don't believe
yeah.
you, but I'll take it.
Give me all my fucking rages. Let's go.
Yeah, give me
All
all my
right.
flash of genius.
Yeah, no. Important for sure.
If my timekeeping is wrong, then that's on me. Just take the long rest, fam.
Oh, no, absolutely.
We're not questioning it.
No, 0 questions asked.
I would like
Oh,
to
my
cast
word.
things at 3rd level.
Yeah.
I have
Thank you
damage
all.
I can do.
Thank you all at home so much for watching. I hope that you've had as good a time as we've had. We'll be back next Monday at the same time. Same time, same D&D channel, same D&D time. There we go. That's what I usually say. If you like what you've watched this evening, please consider giving the channel a follow or maybe even a subscribe if you would like to support us. We also have a Patreon, which is pretty cool with some behind the scenes content and homebrews, extra videos, artwork. It's pretty cool. You should check it out. We also have a Discord that we would love to see you guys in. If you want to get any news or any insight onto the things that we'll be doing over the next year, you should follow us on Twitter or Tumblr or Instagram, where we are Going Crit RPG. And since I keep wanting to say, and it's a one by night, but
Yeah,
it's not here this week.
not this week, not
So
this
join
week,
us
next
next week for that on Tuesdays. And thank you so much to our patrons. We couldn't do this without you. You are wonderful, lovely people. Many smooches, mwah, 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 and many hugs. We will see you guys next time.
Peace. Farewell,
Woo.
everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye.